You are listening to the Kinky Coach podcast with Stephanie
and Fox.
Hey, Fox.
Yeah?
You've been a bad, bad boy.
Nice boy. Nice boy should be punished.
This show contains explicit content.
And is intended for mature audiences only.
This is what happens when an innocent, successful mental health professional
falls for a rugged, prior deployed bad boy. You get one hell of a ride.
The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun.
Ooh, I feel like a woman. Do, 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 do. That's such a great song.
Feel like a woman.
Yeah. So it's like, woo, 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 woo.
So what happens if you feel like a man?
I don't ever feel like a man.
Ever?
Nah.
You've never had penis envy?
No, and actually, okay, so just full disclosure.
Throwing it out there?
Yeah. So when I see you walk around naked, I kind of imagine because it just hangs there between your legs. Like for me, I'd want to shake it like the elephant does his trunk. I don't know. I imagine myself what would it feel like down there? Man.
So again, penis envy.
No, it's not penis envy. I just it just looks weird hanging there.
We'll buy you a strap on.
I don't want a strap on.
And you can dangle
No.
it.
No. It just looks.
And helicopter the shit out of it.
It just looks funny hanging there.
Oh, my penis looks funny.
No. Now
Okay.
you're getting.
I think you're being a little sexist.
What a great topic to
Yeah.
talk about today.
But before we get into our topic, babe, speaking of you feel like a woman.
Yes.
So, altplayground.net.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that you can identify with 9 different genders on there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Further, you can identify in 9 different relationship statuses.
I wonder how many of those we hit.
I don't know.
I'm just wondering.
I haven't even looked at all of them. I mean, there's 9 of them.
Yeah.
So additionally, there's 8 relationship types.
Yeah. You look shocked. I know all
Right.
this.
Well, and then there's 13 different sexual orientations.
Yes.
13.
Yes.
So what are they really saying, right?
That they're inclusive
That they are inclusive to what?
to everybody.
To everybody, everything?
Yeah, they're sex
All
positive.
sex positive individuals?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you haven't got a chance, go ahead and check them out. Allplayground.net. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And see what variation you are.
What's your combination?
Yeah. What's your combo?
Yeah, I like it.
So let's talk more about you being sexist.
I'm not sexist, but I do have a fan question. Let's start off with that.
Okay, let's do that.
So I had a listener write in, and I love this.
Wait, they physically wrote in on a piece of paper and mailed it to us?
No, they
or
wrote
they
in on...
emailed us?
They emailed us
Okay.
on kinkycoach.com.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, the subject was furloughed and horny. Love
Whoa.
it. So the question was, I've been furloughed and my sex drive has went completely through the roof. However, my wife is a nurse and hers is dead tired. What do you suggest?
Ooh.
Isn't that just
So that's a great question.
mismatched sex drives right now?
But my answer isn't fun. My answer is you're going to have to wait till all this bullshit's over and
Yes.
let your wife recharge.
I said the exact same thing.
Yeah, because she's getting the dog shit kicked out of her, especially if she is in the medical field.
She is. And he actually wrote back because I said the same thing.
Yeah.
And he wrote back and he was like, damn it, you're right.
Well,
Yeah.
at least he acknowledged what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that we have so many people who are in this situation right now that it was just a great question to put out to our listeners.
Yeah.
For
So especially here in Texas, right? We felt some freedom.
we did feel some
And
freedom.
then all of a sudden, we got our pee-pee smacked, and they were like, oh, you're going back in the corner, and you're grounded again.
Do you often get your pee-pee smacked?
By you all the time.
I do not smack
Yes,
your
you
pee-pee.
do. Yes, you do.
How could-
But then we're talking to some friends in Tennessee because
Yes.
we're going to a party there in August, right?
We are. We're going to go go all out with the cowboys and cowgirls.
Yep. And they're free. They're hanging out. They're going to the beach. They're going to lakes. I'm like, man, we were just doing that a
It's
couple
okay.
days ago.
We're going to get back there.
Yeah.
We're going to let our tide run, and then we're going to get back there.
Yeah. So, speaking of sex positive individuals and different gender identities, I want to bring up probably a topic that is going to result in some backlash on me.
That's every
Yes.
topic.
No. This is really going to create some chaos and some conversation, and it's going to create some negativity on Fox, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the fire. Bring
Oh
it.
boy. Just can we verify that this is Fox?
Yes.
I'm going to bring the research.
Yes.
I have researched this extensively.
And, well, so have I through my personal experience.
Yes.
Yeah. The question of today, or the topic of today, is the lifestyle sexist?
Can you clarify what you mean by that?
Yes. So, well, first off, it's a question. Just because I know your English mind, brain, grammar, So there is a question mark behind that. It's not a statement.
Okay.
It's a question. Okay. What you asked me to clarify, so I'm clarifying.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
It didn't mean that way, but
So
could-
secondly,
give me that meaning behind it.
so I've been in the lifestyle, and I keep saying this for 20 plus years, right? So
Yes, we get it. You're old.
really, well,
Seasoned?
you suck on this old wrinkly
Oh,
penis.
and I do, and
I
I
don't
love
know why
it.
you do that. It's kind of gross. I may stop kissing you. I don't know yet. Let me
Really?
think about that. But wow. So in the last decade or so, probably a little bit longer, there has been an overall census or movement that women in the lifestyle control everything that happens. So much that I have watched men in the lifestyle pretty much take a back seat to everything that's going on in their relationship, making decisions, right? Because the idea is that the female gets to control all of that. I call shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. So
I don't think you're using that word correctly.
I am. I'm using it correctly. I call bullshit.
Thank you.
But I was
Shenanigans
trying to be
are-
nice, shenanigans. Because, number one, we do not live that way.
We do not.
No.
However,
We
the
are very
consensus
equal.
is different.
Right. So we're very equal. We make all decisions together, like it or not.
Oh, I like it.
We discuss everything thoroughly, top to bottom.
We do.
We probably over discuss.
I was just
Yeah.
about to say that.
There are times we definitely over discuss, and then we're both just like, fuck this topic. We're done with it. Who cares anymore? Moving on to the next. But why has this, I guess, movement been created that the female gets to control what happens in the lifestyle? Why is it like that?
Okay.
What brought this to where it's at? And does it have anything to do with society's movement against masculinity as a whole?
I don't know.
So that's a great question.
It's a great question.
So I know you have a whole bunch of research.
I do.
Right? A shit ton. But I want to make a couple statements up front. One, I have never, other than being a single male in a lifestyle. So when I was a single man, I obviously allowed the couple or the single female to make decisions because not that I felt inferior in any way, but it was their relationship, their decision. Single men come a dime a dozen. Okay.
Yes.
So I understood that
Mentality?
well, yeah, that mentality. That's a good word for it, or that scenario, and why I need to take a step back. However, in a relationship, do you not discuss bills? Do you not discuss what you do with the kids? How you discipline them? Do you not discuss what vehicle you're going to buy?
Hey Kinky Nation, do you need help with navigating the swinging lifestyle? Fox and I offer personalized coaching services designed specifically for your relationship needs.
Are you the person that all your friends turn to when they have questions about sex? You should check out the Kinky Coach Sex Coach Certification course and get paid for sex coaching instead of doing it for free. Just go to kinkycoach.com.
Lastly, if you feel that you are in need of therapeutic services for your relationship or individually, please visit Beautiful Beginnings with an S, LLC.org for more information on the counseling services I offer. Okay, Kinky Nation, let's get back to the show.
I mean, you discuss discipline, etc. There's so many topics you discuss and you come to an agreement on. Why?
That's in your relationships, though.
Right, in my relationships.
Most relationships aren't like that.
Really? You
Yes.
see, a lot. That's so odd to me. Why would you not want an equal partner of equal say, equal respect, equal tolerance across the board?
Are you asking?
I don't need to ask you because we're like that.
So-
but I'm asking the professional side of you.
Okay.
Why does the lifestyle appear to be sexist?
Well, I'm gonna take it back just a step. You asked me the first question of why don't people have equal partnerships, and that goes all the way back, and it has a huge amount to do with religion.
Okay.
The man is the head of the household. The man makes the decisions, right?
Okay.
So that's where that stems from. When it comes to equal partnerships, I feel like the lifestyle opens up that opportunity to have equal lifestyles, or equal say, excuse me, not lifestyles, equal say in the relationship. What are you looking at me funny for?
Whatever you just did completely changed the sound in your microphone. Like completely.
Let me sit back down. So you like it like this?
Sure.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You like it like that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I will stay like this.
Do you like it like
Do you
that?
like it?
Dun, dun,
Woo-hoo.
dun.
Anyway,
Oh,
but it falls back into the religion aspect of it.
okay.
So I feel like the lifestyle allows women to have a little bit more say than what they would really normally have say over. So this is where we agree to disagree and the discussion begins.
But are you generalizing? Because you go to New York, California, Florida, and the religious aspect is not as powerful. It's not as prominent there.
You're trying to tell me the Catholics don't believe that in New York?
Well, I would challenge. So you know that I was born and raised Roman Catholic, right? Mm-hmm. I stepped away from that and I became non-denominational. As a matter of fact, you know that I know so much about this because I used to be a youth pastor at Pasteur.
Are you with your
Jesus.
pasture? Where you at?
Apparently, I was a pastor on a farm, a youth pastor at my church, right?
Yes, I do know that.
For about 4.5 years. I would challenge you further and say a lot has to do with what region you were raised, so north, south, east, or west, because it's not just north or south, even though that's what half of the U.S. would love to believe.
I mean, all the great things happen in the South.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to completely bypass what you just said to me.
Born and raised Texan.
Because I'm not from the South, right?
Born and raised Texan.
I know. So proud.
I am.
Don't get me wrong, I love living here in Texas, and
I'm
there's
a
a lot about
proud
Texas I like.
Texan.
But then it also, what's your cultural background? Where are you from, et cetera, et cetera. So I would say there's a lot involved, and I'm not going to go super deep into religion. I understand what you're trying to say,
Yes.
but I challenge that because there are a lot of professional women that have no tolerance for that kind of nonsense. And I respect that because I'm a man that has no tolerance. I have 3 sisters, a lot of female friends, a lot of females that I was in combat with, and I would never expect them to take a second seat to anybody. An equal seat, but never a second seat. Now, do I believe it's my job as the man, and this is where obviously I conflict with myself, right? To make sure that my family is taken care of security-wise? Absolutely, yes. And so I'm going to get some of my female
Here we
friends that are going
go.
to challenge me because, like I said, they're just as badass as I am. They're going to go, wait. But I would then challenge them to say, don't ever be with a man that's not as strong as you in that area, because that's just how it is. So is that where you're trying to get at because of religion? Because religion says that the lifestyle is not okay.
I understand that.
And as a matter of fact, hang on, I'm going to jump on top of that and I'm going to contradict that because there are verses in the Bible that clearly state that praising the Lord with groups of people having intercourse is expected.
I don't know.
Right.
Don't get me. I don't. You know me in the Bible.
I know.
I don't.
But it just falls back to why does it seem that women control everything in the lifestyle?
So, I have a research study here.
Okay.
Dr. Edward Fernandez. He did a whole study called The Swinging Paradigm.
Okay.
And he heavily researches. Actually, I think it was his doctoral thesis, to be completely honest with you.
Is he a swinger?
He is.
Okay.
Oh. Ooh.
Well, because I think that's important.
You know what? It does not say in the research, but he spent He has devoted his entire life to researching swinging.
But that doesn't mean he's a swinger.
You're right. I don't know. I will call him and ask him maybe.
I think that would be good because I challenge someone that researches compares to those that are involved in research, right? And there's a double standard there because then you could say, well, they have a certain, I need your help here, a certain, not attitude, a certain hypothesis.
Bias?
Yeah. They have a certain bias already because they live within that lifestyle, right?
Okay.
So
I can't comment on that, but I can comment on his findings. And so you are right to assume that the lifestyle, wow, I couldn't think of that word, is female dominated. All of his research indicated that. So much so that it's a little bit, so 72% of the people reported in the study said that the husband initiated it. The husband brought up the idea, but the wife is the one who's in control. They say that research validates that women control what happens in the swinging lifestyle. But why? That's what we're here to talk about, right?
That's a good question.
But why? They say that after the initial nervousness and all that wears off, women have the final say on who parties with whom, and how, threesomes, girl on girl, whatever, couples, group sex. And that includes enforcement of the safe sex rules. That women tend to be over all of that. And that's what his research has found. And your question is, why?
Well, it's not just why. Again, I push back and I challenge because, okay, so let's take a look at our relationship real fast, right? We discuss everything equally. We don't always find the same people attractive.
Not at all.
But we don't disregard the other one and who they're attracted to.
Exactly.
So it's not like, well, only you control who we play with, and if I don't find them attractive, that's just tough shit, Fox. Oh, well, right?
But I don't think that's what that's saying.
Well, hang on. Or let's talk about protection for a second, right? I naturally am a protector, and when it comes to condoms, etc., you get lost in the moment a lot, and I have to, go, hey, come here, bro, take this, put it on, boom, okay? You're staring at me, but this has happened twice.
My question is, never mind.
What?
Nothing. Just keep going.
Okay. And then on top of that, when we go play, I maintain my equal dominant attitude with you equally, and women don't seem to mind that whatsoever.
Can you explain that a little bit further?
So I've had women come up to me and they're like, hey, which one's your wife? Because I want to talk to her and see if I'm allowed to play with you. And I pause them and I go, you need to ask me if I want to play with you to begin with. And then I will go talk to my wife, and then we will come to a decision together. You are not going to make a decision with my wife for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I say, and I'm not that harsh.
Kind of you are.
No, I'm really not. But when they pose this question to me or approach me, I say it more like, I appreciate you being attracted to me. That's awesome. But my wife and I make our decisions together as a team, which would mean that first, let's figure out if I'm willing to play with you. And then I will go talk to my wife and I will get back with you. Now, initially, a lot of them kind of look at me. They do. I get a look like, what? But then I get a very accepting, oh, yeah, absolutely. That's fair. And then that obviously transgresses from there, right? So why are they accepting of that if they are so dominant in the lifestyle?
More so because they don't get told no very often. That's not something that they are approached with.
Yeah, I say no to a lot of people.
And a man saying that to them, they're not going to say, no. And that's because it's that dominant, submissive mindset.
But I'm not trying to dominate
You're
them.
not trying to dominate. It's an automatic, that's a
response.
Automatic response. You are automatically taking control of the situation. And that's a dominating move. So they become submissive and, okay, well, yeah, sure, absolutely.
I gotcha. Okay. So what else does this research say? Because now let's dive a little bit more into this.
What do you want to know? I mean, there's so much.
Well, I guess I would like to know why couples are comfortable with a female making all the decisions or dominating that side of the house, and why they feel that they shouldn't be equal. So
I think that it has a lot to do with the women feeling empowered. So if a woman feels empowered, she's going to feel more beautiful. She's going to feel more open. She's going to be more willing to try things. because she's been empowered by her man to do that. You empower me, do you not?
I hope so.
And when I feel empowered, I'm more open to play. I'm more open to all the stuff, right?
Right.
So
All the stuff.
all the stuff.
The stuff.
Whatever the stuff is. So my answer to that is the women who tend to be very withdrawn, who tend to be very submissive, not all women, I know we're going to get tagged for this, but who have more of a submissive personality when it comes to the sexual lifestyle, this is their time to be dominant and get to choose and get to say who they want to play with and get to say who their husband can play with, because that's new to them, and that can be part of the sexual appeal of the lifestyle.
Would you say, because I had this in the back of my head before you brought this up, would you say because women most recently were allowed to express their sexuality and empower themselves through their sexuality, that the lifestyle is a catalyst for them to use that power, so to speak?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it power. I would call it a newfound confidence, because that's what it is. We find
You wouldn't call it sexual power?
No, I think it's a voice.
Okay.
We, as women, are so held down. We're expected to procreate. We have sex to procreate, while men are expected, you can have sex with whoever. And
you still believe that today?
No, this
Okay.
is the general consensus. You said before.
Right.
And so women who are now having their sexual voices heard, I guess is the best way to say it, or expressing with their sexual opinions and their sexual voice, it's empowering to them. They become a little bit more open. They become a little bit more vocal. They explore a little bit more because it's new, it's fun. And we've never had that opportunity in a setting to where it's socially acceptable like it is today. Now, I'm not saying that swinging is 100% socially acceptable, but what I am saying is our sexual liberation is more acceptable.
Right.
Society just accepts that it's okay. And this newer generation coming in is more open. They're more fluid.
Oh, I would say they're flowing like a river.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing that's off limits, and we have seen, for the most part, especially with a lot of clients that we have, that their sexual fluidity, I guess, as you would call it, is so open that they just pretty much do what they want, when they want, without any regret or thought of it whatsoever. And their partner and them, since they are relatively the same age, and because I'm speaking specifically for close age couples
Yes.
that are very young, the way they were raised with their sexuality, there's no boundary there. There's no wall up. There's nothing, right?
So is it fair to say, because this generation that we're talking about, that's the trophy generation.
Right.
We all get a trophy, right? Everybody wins. So those parents get knocked on so freaking hard for the inclusivity, the give a trophy to everybody. But you know what? They did something right, because that sexual freedom that they've given their children is amazing.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I
with you.
hope that they continue, and I hope that passes down, which I think it will. I'm thinking,
just not the trophy part.
Not the trophy.
I'm not into that.
No, not the trophy part.
I'm gonna throw my.
I said the
my
sexual
stance on that,
fluidity,
yeah.
not the trophies. And well, I mean, our daughter has a shirt that says something about work hard. I don't need a trophy to work hard, or something like that. I don't know, something goofy. But she's not part of the trophy. Everybody gets a trophy generation. She doesn't want it.
Neither of our kids.
Yeah,
They don't want anything they don't deserve,
exactly.
which is wonderful to me.
But they're a little young, and that generation between them and us, that's that trophy generation.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think that sexual fluidity. I did want to say that I am working with a client right now who is poly, and she's poly. Her boyfriend is swinging lifestyle, and he's having a very hard time with her poly lifestyle.
With her having a closer connection with someone that's just
Yes.
not sexual.
Yes.
Yeah, I got that.
So it's a conflict, and so that's what we are working on right now, is trying to bridge that gap between them.
Interesting.
And so
That has to be interesting for you.
it's so interesting
Because
for me.
for
It's a challenge.
For you live the swinger lifestyle. For me, I've lived both, and I'm okay with both. Where When we've talked about it, you're like, I don't want you to have any other feelings for anyone else, Fox.
Yeah.
That's not okay with me. To where I would literally allow 20 people to live in a house with us and all of us just be together, because that's just, I'm into that, I guess, hippie style, just be with
Commune.
people. Yeah, and that's just how my brain works. For whatever reason, I'm comfortable with that. And I think the more love that's shared, the better off this life is going to be anyway.
Well,
But for you, you're like, you can play with his pee-pee, but you touch his heart and all.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's something that I'm willing to change just yet, because it is who I am right
Well,
now.
I don't know that's something you are willing
Will
to change
ever
at
be able
all,
to change.
which is fine. But
anyway, so flipping it around, it's very interesting to have that dynamic that I'm working with them as well. So I want to challenge that she is not the sexual dominant one in their lifestyle. He is. Why do you think that is?
well, are you asking me why that is, or are you asking me if I agree with that statement?
I asked you, why do you think that is?
Well, first of all, I don't agree with your statement.
That she's not the sexual dominant one.
Right. I would say that they both respect each other's ways, so neither is dominant over the other. So if they're together, but she's poly, right? So she's in more than one relationship. He's in a relationship with her, but he's sexual with other people. Mm-hmm. I would make the statement that they're both equally allowing each other to do what they do, and so there is no dominant.
Well, and from the outside looking in, you would think that, but he has a very hard time with her being poly.
But he still allows her to.
He's putting his foot down, and that's why they've come to therapy.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's not. He
Well-
says that after this boyfriend leaves, that he does not want her to have another boyfriend.
Gotcha.
And she's saying that she can't live that lifestyle, that she needs to be poly. And so this is where we're having our juxtaposition and our
Okay.
problem. So anyway, that's off the subject. Mm-hmm. Sexist.
Yeah. So back to that.
I mean, it's.
I got you. No, I
She,
understand where
that
you're going
dynamic
with it. Right.
is not. She's not the one who's in control of that sexual dynamic.
I got you. I understand that. So I guess back to what I'm asking is, how did the lifestyle get there? And I think we've kind of already answered that, but I want to wrap around back to it. So it almost sounds like because women have been allowed this it's not new, but it's newfound, right? Sexual freedom, and to show their sexual movement, that the lifestyle is a catalyst for them to utilize and to show that. So possibly that is where in the last decade or so, where women have come to, I guess, reign, so to speak, within the lifestyle. So my next question is, are men honestly okay with this, or do they just take a back seat because they feel like, well, if I don't allow this, then we're not going to be in the lifestyle? And they very much crave and indulge the lifestyle because, let's be honest, human sexuality as a whole,
Yes.
it has been thought, and I say has been thought because I don't agree with this at all, and I actually don't buy off into this theory, that men are more sexual than women because we are meant to spread our seed in an animalistic way. Now, I think that all humans, regardless of your gender,
I am very sexual,
Yeah.
and I'm not spreading any seeds.
well, we're both fixed. There's a
Well,
difference.
that's true,
Yeah.
but I mean, I wasn't spreading any seed to begin with.
You're not sprouting the seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not spreading. But honestly, do you feel that men are okay with the way things are now in the lifestyle, and who's primarily dominant?
I feel like in the beginning, the man comes to the wife and he says, honey, I want to look into this. And she has to overcome her feelings of jealousy, her self-confidence, just self-image. And why are you looking at me like that?
Keep going.
Okay.
I'm just thinking.
Okay. So as he brings this to her and she's feeling it out, it's hard at first. The jealousy sometimes comes into play, and he's like, okay, well, we're going to work through that. They have discussions, but he lets her take the lead because it's what she's comfortable with at the time.
But why are we assuming that it's like that as far as the female being the one that is feeling lesser than? And because I guarantee So, for instance, with me, it was a female that brought me into the lifestyle.
You're right.
But I don't feel that I felt any lesser about myself whatsoever.
That is a rare occurrence.
Would you say it's a rare occurrence for a man to proposition the female and the female to go, fuck yeah, thank God you said this or brought this up, because I have felt like I have not been able to be the slutty me. And now I am. And I want to refer to the word sluttiness because I've said this before. To me, sluttiness
is a good thing
in the lifestyle. It's a positive reflection of your own sexuality, and you're embracing it. And I love the word because I think it's kind of fun. So before anyone jumps on me and goes, "Oh my God, he's bashing women," I'm a slut. Period.
Well, that and read Ethical Slut.
Yeah, read Ethical Slut, please.
Tells you
Great
all
book.
about it.
Yeah.
Great. Anyway, I feel those situations are not the norm. I have clients. I have clients, women, who come to me and say, "This, I want this," and we talk about it with the guys. Yes, but statistically, in my realm, in my world,
Right.
and the research that I've done, and the research that this doctor has done, it is not common for the women to come into it. It's more common for the men to bring the women into it, and the women have to overcome the feelings. And I'm not saying that the men don't get jealous, because, oh yeah, the men will get jealous. The jealousy is an evil beast, and everybody experiences it, but it's how you deal with it and how you work through it.
Right.
I just think that the man's like, I really want to keep this going, so I'm going to allow her to do what's comfortable for her. And then it just becomes a habit, so to speak.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then they don't ever change it because it's easy. It's easy to let her hunt,
Right.
as you like to call it.
Yeah. Well, and I can't argue, right, with the numbers. You see way more clients than I do. And a lot of my knowledge is based off of my personal experiences. And because of that, so for instance, with me, a woman brought me in, but then after that, I have been the one to always bring it up to the female, but almost every female that I have, actually every female that I have been in a relationship with that I've brought it up to has said, "Hey, I want to do this."
You also have a very specific type of female that you attract.
Okay, I'm listening.
Not physically, not aesthetically, because you've dated all types,
Right.
body types, but you tend to be more attracted to women who are of the open mind.
Yes.
And so when you meet somebody and they don't fit that qualification from the first date, you shut them down.
I walk away.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So you tend to attract and be attracted to a certain woman who has an open mind, so it doesn't matter. You could suggest a lot of things and they would be more open to try it, because that's the kind of woman that you are bringing into your life.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Let's talk about a cattle prod
Oh, okay.
when we get off the show.
Oh, let's. You know what?
If you say yes,
No, I'm not saying yes to this.
That's fair. I wouldn't either.
There's this. I think that's the first thing I've ever told you no on.
Probably. Becomes a pattern, becomes a habit.
It becomes a habit, and it's easy.
Okay.
And habits are not easily broken. If it's working, why nothing's broken, so why fix it? Why change things when it's working?
But do you actually believe that? So there's a lot of skepticism on, well, swingers don't cheat. People in lifestyle don't cheat. Well, I'm here to tell you, yes, they do. They absolutely. Now, do they do it as much? No, they don't. But there are still cases of people in the lifestyle who are very active with their spouse, but they're still not getting what they're craving, so they end up just doing it anyway and saying, fuck this, I'm going to go do it. And then they hide behind, and I'm going to assume a great number because of the studies I've read, especially from the Kinsey Institute. A great number of them hide behind, well, we're in an open relationship, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Well, there's absolutely something wrong with it because you still haven't communicated with your partner and you haven't been open and honest, right? So is it really that comfortable and okay? Because a lot of it comes from men. I hate that that's true, but it is true. A lot of the cheating comes from a man in the lifestyle because they're not receiving or looking for what they want. And I say that because a lot of the feedback in those studies, that was their answer. Well, why did you? It wasn't because they fell in love with the other person. It wasn't because they were, even drawn to the other person. It was because the person was willing to sexually provide for them what their wife was not. or what they were, a lot of them said, withholding from, and they didn't feel it was fair.
Okay.
Don't worry, you pretty much let me do what I want. You're safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than us marrying another person, we're good.
I would never want to marry anybody, ever.
I know.
Okay.
Just
So I don't know where that came from.
because earlier what you were saying.
That relationship and marrying are very drastically different things.
Yeah, you were calling me your wife earlier.
Oh, well, whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Just want to clarify.
Because everyone else says it already.
I know.
So it's just kind of a general. Would you like me to stop?
No, I don't care.
Oh, okay. I can stop. It's fine.
No, I mean, I've just told you I'm not a.
I mean,
I'm not.
I'm not going to put a ring on it or anything.
I'm not wifey material. I'm shack up only.
Yeah, that's just why we get along so
I
well.
know.
Okay. So with that said, it may be a habit, but is it a good habit?
I can't answer that. I don't know.
Well, what do you?
If it works for them, why is it a bad habit?
What's your professional opinion?
If it's working for them, why is it bad?
But it's not working for everybody. That's what the statistics have shown.
I've not seen that.
Well, I have.
Okay. I'm not arguing with you. I've just not seen that. So I can't speak professionally upon that because I don't see that
Dynamic.
I don't see that in the couples I counsel. I don't see that.
Okay, I got you. Now, let me push further and say, are couples or thruples or whatever relationship type you are or status
Dynamic.
are those that are equally just equal. Those that are equal across the board with each other. There's not one more dominant than the other when it comes to lifestyle. Are they more happy and more fluid in their sexuality? And the reason I ask this because if males as a whole take a step back and allow the female to dominate the situation, are they really being honest about what they want? Are they actually receiving what they want?
Probably not.
Probably not, right?
Yeah.
So I would then push forward and say couples like us or individuals or thruples, again, there's so many different
Dynamics.
statuses out there. You say dynamic, I say status, whatever. Are they happier because everyone is on an equal playing field and receiving what they want for the most part?
I mean, I can't answer that.
But you can assume.
I can assume.
You can assume.
If everybody's on an equal playing field, everybody's happy.
Right. My assumption is yes. I would even take that a step further and make the assumption that they have a stronger relationship because they feel equally respected across the board. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that.
Yep. So I see you have like 2 pages full of information. Is there anything else? 4 pages even. Mm-hmm. Anything else of interest in there about our topic?
Women feel desired when they feel confident. Women in the lifestyle reported in this study that they like to be seduced because being seduced makes them feel sexy, making them sexy makes them feel confident. So that goes back to our question of who's actually in control.
Right, because in order to be seduced, you are the submissive.
You are the submissive one.
In that situation. And for a man that loves to seduce people, because we know that's like
that's your turn on.
That's one of my turn-ons, right?
It's one of your kinks.
Yeah. I would almost say that if you come up to me and say, hey, let's fuck, and there's a woman off to the side that's like, hey, it's nice to meet you, I don't just jump into things, I would probably pursue her more and try and have sex with her before I had sex with a person that just said, here you go, you can have it anytime you want. Because it turns me on to think that I am able to trap, well, again, terrible word.
Wow.
I am able to attract a woman's mind enough to
seduce her.
Right. Well, just not seduce, but to get that activity in her brain rolling like that. Mental, physical, chemically, all of that. Because it's almost a power.
It is power.
Right.
So women, in turn, like to be seduced because that makes them feel sexy and that makes them feel confident in the lifestyle.
So is the lifestyle really sexist?
That's the question of the night.
Great questions.
Yeah.
I kind of want to make this a 2-part show.
Really?
Yes, I do. Because I would like for the couples listening, and we're going to contact some as well.
Yeah.
And I want to ask the same question. Who dominates the relationship in the lifestyle? Who brought it up? And do you feel that the lifestyle is sexist? Or do you feel it's, controlled primarily by women?
I would love to have our listeners chime in.
Yeah. So I think that we're going to do a little bit more discussion, have a little bit more conversation about these studies. And I think the second part of the show needs to be the couples chiming in on their personal opinions.
Yeah.
Because who better to answer these questions and give their opinions than those that are living this just like we are.
Living, breathing, lifestyle, living
Breathing, lifestyle, living.
individuals.
Huh. Okay. I see what you did there.
You like that?
Yeah. I'm a little slow today. Yeah.
We had a very fun, tiring weekend. So.
I've been exhausted. Like brain, my body. Today my body's been very angry. Like I had some eggs and that's all I've had all day. And I've been just sucking water down.
We partied hard.
I didn't even party hard. I had like 2 drinks the whole night. It was staying up all night. The older I get, the harder it is to maintain certain schedules.
So, and that's interesting too, because in the lifestyle, the parties, the sexual activity is later in the evening.
Not always.
Yeah,
not always.
Not always, but traditionally.
Traditionally, yes.
So,
which I would like to change.
Maybe we should advocate for like morning sex.
Yeah, we should start like well then you have bad breath.
No,
and
I'm not
body
talking about.
odor
I'm talking sex in the afternoon.
Yeah, like a good lunch.
Lunch sex.
Or a brunch.
The brunch.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will say that this study does indicate that the women are the ones who come up with the rules and the boundaries.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to know the top rules that these women came up with in the study?
The top 5.
Top 5,
Only
right?
the top 5.
Okay. Must be in the same room.
Okay. You have that rule.
I have
currently.
that rule. Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is?
Because that is
What kind of control factor is that?
It's a confidence in knowing that I can see what's going on and I can participate if I want to participate. I can see how you're pleasing her and then come back later and say, ooh, do that to me.
Okay.
That type of thing. For me.
That's fair. Okay.
Number 2, no kissing allowed.
I call bullshit.
This is just the rules that...
So to me, that's a very rookie beginner type thing.
This is...
I know. I'm still going to call bullshit.
Okay.
Because... So if you're listening and that is one of your rules, I'm going to challenge you on something here. You're going to suck a dick or look at a vagina, but you're not going to kiss somebody. I mean, let's be real. Blunt?
Yeah.
Let's be real, okay? You're going to allow another man to enter your wife, but you can't kiss. Or you're going to allow your husband to enter another woman, but they can't kiss. And I get a lot of people say, well, that's how intimate. I don't care how you look at it, which way you spin the wheel, okay? Sex is still intimate on a certain level, no matter what.
Yeah.
Regardless. Doesn't matter. So I challenge you to knock that shit off. Cancel that rule. I want you to think about something else.
It's so hot.
Kissing is like kind of the first steps of getting turned on and having a better sexual experience. You get to taste the person, breathe the person, feel the person.
Those pheromones.
Right. Sense the person. You're right in their face. There's almost nothing more intimate than kissing.
But then if they're a bad kisser...
Then it turns you off.
It does, and you don't have sex anyway.
Yeah, you don't have to have sex.
Exactly.
Now at least you learned really fast. Let's be honest, there's some bad kissers that are good at sex, but not for me, because if you're a bad kisser, I'm done.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, third one.
Okay.
No anal sex.
Which is totally fair.
Totally fair.
You have this rule.
I have that one too.
Yes, you do.
Fourth one. No
anal sex with other people.
Other people.
Right.
This is with other people.
Okay, which may change when I tie you down and don't give you a choice. We're not 100% sure yet.
No.
Yeah, I don't know
No,
yet.
I have.
I don't
It's
know.
a phobia that I have. Can't do it.
Jumping out of a plane was a phobia. We fixed that.
It's never a phobia. I've always jumped out of planes.
I'm just trying to
Okay, number
grab
4.
ammo for my argument.
Yeah. Number 4. No sexual play with others without the spouse's consent or knowledge.
I mean, that's fair.
That's a given?
Pretty standard.
Okay.
If not, it's called cheating.
Okay.
Right.
And number 5. No sexual play unless both are involved.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that one too. I understand why they do it, especially in the beginning, because you want to feel involved in every situation. But then I think that you come to realize as a person and a couple, you're not going to be attracted to everyone equally the same.
Equally the same.
Yeah, you're just not going to. So, for instance, we were at Colette recently, right? We were hosting a party or an event. It wasn't a party, but it was an event, a social. And we ended up going upstairs with a couple. We had a great time. You had a great time.
I did have a great time.
At the moment, something just told me the only person I want to have sex with tonight is you. So I kind of, I did a lot of flirting and kissing, and I love butts. So I grabbed and
Lots
kissed
of
a lot of
grab
butts.
butts.
Lots of licking butt cheeks. So that was a lot of fun. But for whatever reason, I just didn't want to have sex with anyone else that night. So I didn't.
We had sex.
Well, we had, again, I didn't want to have sex with anybody else.
I know. I'm just saying that I don't want the listeners to think that you didn't play like we played. You had sex.
Oh, I had a great time.
Yeah.
I get in my moods. That's just how I am. But you had sex with a husband. You made out with her. You and her played a little bit. And basically they got to play with you. And then I played with you. It was interesting because afterwards he asked me, he said, hey, is your wife a hot wife? And I said, no, not at all. I said, I just, for whatever reason, wasn't interested in being, sexual with anyone else past flirting or touching. And that's how it was.
So it looked like I was in control.
Well, it looked like you were in control until, and that's why I think he asked. He looked at me and said condoms, and I said, well, you shouldn't be asking me, but since she's drinking a little, yes, condoms. I'm going to step in there and tell you yes. Because I don't think you were paying attention at all. You were too involved in the moment.
I remember that comment. And before I could say yes, you had already, you were quick to say, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely.
So there's only two more. Can I tell you the other one?
So are you trying to dominate and control
I
this
am.
situation?
I am.
Because I asked for 5, and
Yes.
then you agreed.
I know, but they're two.
So
This one's really good.
Are you backtracking?
I am
and trying to be
backtracking.
dominant?
Yes.
Yeah.
May I be?
Well, are you asking now?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What are we at?
No taking one for the team. No sex with single men.
Hang on. You just threw 2 in at one time.
That's one.
Well, that should be 2. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Don't ever take one for the team. Don't ever do something you don't want to do with someone you don't want to do with. That's a disastrous situation.
Yep. I agree.
Matter of fact, you're impacting yourself so much that I don't think you realize, because you are going against what you want to do, destroying your own confidence and trying to appease a situation, which you should never do. I would say do this. If you don't want to play and you're okay with your partner playing, let them play. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Happens all the time. If you're not there yet, be honest and say no. It's okay to say no in the lifestyle. Very okay.
Okay.
So no single men. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. This was one
By women, even.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why that is.
I don't know. And then the last one, and you're going to, wow, this is why I wanted to say it.
Okay.
No social contact with sex partners outside of the swinging situation.
Well, that's just stupid. No, you know what? I say that. Hold on. Let me backtrack.
Wow.
For us, that's stupid because we enjoy friendships.
Yes, we do.
So Stephanie and I, we're in it for sex, yes, but that's actually kind of the secondary goal. We want friends. And we want friends that understand us sexually and that we could be ourselves with. That is kind of the primary goal, especially for me at this stage of lifestyle. Mm-hmm. If I have sex, that's fucking awesome. And I'm going to tell you when I want to have sex with somebody. But if that doesn't happen and we maintain a friendship, I'd rather have that friendship and not aggressively pursue something that's going to destroy a friendship, because it's not worth it to me. Because again, I want a solid core group of people constantly that we can be open with, or that understand, hey, we want to flirt but we don't want to have sex, or hey, we want to be naked today but it doesn't mean we don't want to have sex. Hey, we want to come over and play board games and talk about being parents, and maybe flirt a little bit but don't want to have sex, or hey, we want to have sex. So I think that's kind of silly, but I understand. I think again that's kind of a newbie style rule. But I do know people in the lifestyle that have had the same set of rules for a long time. Actually, I know a couple that for 2 decades now. And it works for them, and that's great. I don't necessarily agree because I'm not in their relationship and I don't know their dynamic. So it doesn't really matter if I agree or disagree because I'm not in the relationship, right?
Yeah.
But I would challenge you and say that part of the lifestyle is friendship.
Yeah.
You know, and some people are going to bark at that and go, no, we're in this for sex. Okay, that's fair.
Well, the vlog, you haven't listened to it yet. The vlog I recorded tonight,
What's the title?
Swinging Has Made Me a Better Person.
Interesting.
So go on and check it out.
That's a powerful statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it talks about some friendships, and definitely it's something that I want all the listeners to check out. You can find it on our website under my blogs.
Yeah, I may have to check that out myself.
Well, you're going to have to check it out. Like,
Oh, right, because
Yeah.
I edit it and put
Yeah,
it together.
you
and
put
then-
it together for me, yeah.
And then put it on the site. Yeah, that's true.
so let's just kind of recap. We've talked about, is the lifestyle sexist? We said that this is going to be part 1 of a 2-part podcast, because next we are going to interview some listeners and get their intake on it.
That's right.
And
So where are you at so far with this question? Do you think the lifestyle is sexist?
I do not,
Okay. Why do you not?
because I think that it's a give and take.
Okay.
I don't think that it's dominated one way or the other.
Okay. That's fair. I got you.
But
And I'm in the middle. I don't know yet,
okay.
honestly. You've brought up some good points today that have made me challenge what I think and how I feel.
Good.
So I think that's good, right?
yeah.
That's
For
good.
an old man in the lifestyle.
As long as you keep
I'm going to keep it.
touching these wrinkly balls,
They're
we're
not
good.
wrinkly though.
Well, but you keep calling me old, so I just,
Old
I
for the
wanna
lifestyle.
I want to play with.
but
what
do you
you're
prefer
saying.
do you prefer veteran in the lifestyle?
No, because I'm already a veteran, so I hate
Okay.
the word veteran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
A-
anyway.
a gentleman in a lifestyle.
Oh, I like that.
I like that more. That's
Gentleman and a
more-
scholar.
A scholar, definitely not. Have you read some of the things I write?
You definitely are a gentleman and a scholar in
I
the
am
lifestyle.
definitely not a scholar. My grammar, my spelling is absolutely horrible.
Well, I know that. Trust
Yeah,
me.
yeah. August 8th,
August 8th, we will be
August
in
8th.
Nashville, Tennessee.
we will be in Nashville, Tennessee. That's right.
Yes, we are going to be at Menage.
Yep.
There are a few spots available.
Well, they feel they're going to be sold out.
They do feel
By
they're going to
July.
be by July.
So the event is called Bow Ties and Thigh Highs,
Ooh.
which I think was pretty neat.
I know. I can't wait. Can I wear a
So-
bow tie and thigh highs? I mean, I plan on that.
I mean, you wear whatever the hell you want.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out what bow tie I'm going to wear because you know me, I have a couple different suits.
Well, we're going to have to color coordinate.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
But Bow Ties and Thighs, it is held in Nashville, Tennessee
Yeah.
at Menages.
At Menage.
And if you go to, a matter of fact, I don't want to mislead you. So I'm going to do a couple clickety
Are you
clicks.
clickety-click-clicking?
I'm going to do some clickety clicks really fast because I don't remember if it's menage.com. No, it is menages with the S, club.com.
Menagesclub.com.
Yeah. Go check it out. I do believe you have to be a member, right, of the club, but
Memberships available.
there are memberships available, and there is still room available, like we said.
Yep.
We will be giving out free swag bags.
We are giving out free swag bags,
Yep.
and there's some great things in the swag bags. We've got some wonderful sponsors who are putting some things in the swag bags.
Yep.
So,
But if you don't remember any of this, and come August you go, what the heck were they talking about? Go to our website, kinkycoach.com. Go to the Kinky Nation, and all of our parties and events
Yes.
are right there.
definitely.
Yeah. Well, I think what we need to do is pull in some couples
Yes.
and contact them and get part 2 of this rolling.
I think maybe
So,
we can
yeah.
reach out to some couples on APG.
Altplayground.net.
Altplayground.net.
Yeah, that's
Reach
right.
out to some of those couples and see what we can get
Who
going.
are we going to reach out to? Because, and the reason I asked this, right? So on APG, you have so many different sexual orientations,
I think we should do
so many different statuses,
like a grab bag.
a grab bag.
Yeah. I think we should just.
Well, who's putting these statuses and sexual orientations into the grab bag? Oh, we are. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So go check out altplayground.net. It's a wonderful lifestyle site. It has a very open community. It's designed to include all sex-positive individuals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've exhausted this topic.
Oh, yeah, for now.
And yeah, I'm feeling like I need to go have some attention, a little playing action.
I need a bath.
Are we taking a bath?
I can. Yeah, let's go take a bath.
I think that.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night, guys.
Hey, Fox.
Not again.
Why don't you tell them where they can find us?
Oh, so you can find us on the Bookface.
Facebook.
Yeah, that thing. At the Kinky Coach. Or you can find us at any of the adult beverage websites. You like that?
I do, yeah.
Yes, because you're tasty. You're
Oh.
thirsty. Yeah.
Yes, thirsty.
So you can look for either Luna_and_Logan, or you can look for the Kinky Coach and her Silver Fox. Yep.
So thank you for listening, and we hope you have a very sexy evening.
Have a good night.
You are listening to the Kinky Coach podcast with Stephanie
And Fox.